Welcome to
Back to Flour.
Good morning, Arnaud.
Good morning, Lena.
How are you?
I'm doing well, and you?
Well, it's a very funny morning.
Wonderful. Yeah, well, it's a good morning.
So what are we going to speak about today?
It's a nice morning because we are going to speak about retrogradation. That's a very complicated word.
Retrogradation of
Retrogradation of the starch.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So what's that?
You know, we have been discussing in another video. If you haven't seen it, that's the moment to see it. In another video, we have been explaining that during heating, during the baking, the starch is gelatinizing, and we explain what happened. I'm not going to repeat that. What is happening after that, when we are cooling down the product or when we are storing the product, is exactly the opposite. The starch, which is gelatinized, it has spread, it has been expanding, it will start getting back to its normal shape, like a little egg. And when it is doing that, the product becomes harder.
Oh wow, so that's a very important characteristic of the starch.
You see the impact it can have on most of this product?
Well, we want to keep those products for as long as possible, fresh for as long as possible. I'm getting there. So yeah, it sounds like it's a very important characteristic of the flour.
It's critical. For some product, for dry product, it will be less critical because this product, they're already hard, let's say.
Yeah, so this is the opposite actually. We want to keep them hard.
We want to keep them crispy, we want to keep them there. But if you are doing this type of product where you need to have foldability, this one where you need to have something very soft,
the
and
baguette.
Then we know that if you keep a baguette too long, it's going to be hard. The question is, how do we measure the rapidity of starch retrogradation?
Very good question. The intensity, the rapidity of starch retrogradation can be measured very well thanks to a great instrument. So come with me, I will show you.
I want to see that. Yes, we have been speaking about starch retrogradation. So here I have a lot of tools. Unfortunately, these tools are not going to tell you anything about starch retrogradation. Why? Because for knowing the retrogradation, you need first to cook the starch and you need to bake the product or heat up the product. So these tools are not heating up the product. So the best solution will be shown by Lena just right now.
So as we have seen, starch retrogradation is a critical parameter when it comes to staling and shelf life of the final product. And the only way to assess starch retrogradation is to first heat up the dough to create a starch gel. So you can check our video about gelatinization, and then to cool it down. And the best instrument to do that is the mixer lab. So the mixer lab will create a dough by mixing flour and water, and we will heat up this dough and see gelatinization again, and then it will cool down this dough. And by doing that, we will see how the starch retrogradates, how fast, and so what is the shelf life, the expected shelf life of your final product. The best part of it is that we are working in a dough system where the water availability is more limited than in a batter, for instance. Of course, this is a little bit more representative of the reality of the baker, which is working with a dough and not a liquid in general. Of course, if you want to work with liquid dough, this is definitely possible. You can also take dough directly from the production line, actually. But if you want to work with liquid dough, you just need to use the specific tight mixing bowl to get all the information about starch retrogradation in your dough. If you want to learn more about this important characteristic or about one of these delicious products here, you can visit our website.